So that 9/11 was huge, and we know. And there were things that happened on the world stage that show that. But we cannot forget that as within, without. And what's happening out there is happening to us. And I've been thinking about this. I've been, doing my work, and as I do my work, I pick up a lot of energies on social media because I gather memes and, just do my thing. And, I can see from what's happening on the world stage, division, separation, it's obvious. Righteous indignation. And really the reality is, for those of us who have listened to this crazy voice within ourselves all these years and come together, and still the world's becoming more distorted, but we're becoming more expanded, we know that that will perpetuate the situation if we choose a side. And I know that's not easy to hear, but it's the truth. It's the perspective of the soul. So I'm on this little beach in the neighborhood. It's got like about 6 little tiki huts, and it's probably about 12 or 15 meters wide. And I come out here at night a couple times a week. Tonight there's nobody here. And when I was walking on the beach, and even as I was approaching it, I noticed something I've never noticed before. I saw many, many spirits, and I felt many, many divergent spirits. And it was like I've never felt this level of energy before. And as I was standing on the beach, I could see and sense like a whirlwind, like a spiral, like a funnel, like, when you drain the water out of a bathtub. And I could feel these divergent energies coming into that space at the widest part of it, and then entering that space, and those divergent energies were still in a level of polarization. And obviously as it gets towards the bottom, it becomes more and more and more of an equilibrium, oneness, unity, consciousness, Harius Gamos, 0 point soul highway. And it was very powerful. So I sat with it for a minute and just, felt it. And then I got something. First of all, I know as the individual goes, so goes the collective. So I can't be the only one experiencing this level of energies, because I can see it on social media, and I can see it, I feel it in myself. And regardless of the distortion in the world, I can feel it in the world too. And I think, for me, the message was the polarities are only going to get louder. And we are that middle ground. And as a human, it's kind of hard to accept it. But all these energies are coming together, all these polarities and divergent energies, and don't give up, because as within, without, this will change, but it will look maybe even horrific as all these things deep within us come out. And the last thing I realized or heard or was guided to understand is that, there's a lot of narratives, a lot of people, and I'm not throwing shade on anybody, but there's a lot of predictions. There's a lot of, hey, this is what's going on, and this and that and this and that. Nobody fucking knows. I don't give a damn who you are. And I say that with the highest reverence, because we're all human beings, and this is colossal. And what I got was, the one thing you can be sure of is that as we go through this thing, and as we expand by force or flow, let go or be dragged, we will grow in humility. So imagine, if you can, growing in more and more humility within yourself. And we've all had those points where we've been embarrassed or found out or whatever, and we're sitting there and buck naked in the soul, and everybody can see everything about us in that particular situation. So imagine that happening to all of us, or enough of us, to see humility in the world. This is, for me, the message that's coming in. And part of that message is, it doesn't matter what's on social media. It doesn't matter what's in the headlines or whatever that is. It's happening within us. And we're coming to understand that more and more. And then we're also coming to understand that we have the power to change things outside of ourselves, and it's way beyond our family and friends and relationships. It's everything. So, anyway, thank you for letting me share. And we still got an equinox coming up. All hands on deck. If the universe wants to serve you some humble pie, don't run, just eat it. Because the expansions are paralleling to each degree, and really more than the distortion that's getting weirder and wilder and crazier. Let's try to stay in that 0 point. Let's try to stay in the soul highway. Blessings of peace, grace, and love to you and yours.